Monday. But today, because Levi has made us his world famous chai, it's going to be Chai Missions Media Monday.
Woo! Go Chai.
What she said.
Welcome to the Jungle Gym Live Show, where today we have incredible guests, Levi and Brittany, who have both been to the Amazon with me. Levi came first as a single man, came back to the United States, and am I correct in saying the day you got back or right after you got back, you two got together?
It was less than a week.
It was less than a week later. They get together for a date.
It's true. It's so true.
It's so true. And then they got married.
Not right away.
No, not that week. And then they came to the Amazon. So cool. So good. So, hearts, thumbs up for Levi and Brittany. And they have some stories for you.
Yes. Yes, we do.
Oh, yes, we do. But first, our moment of gratitude. I have to tell you, I am super great. Oh, even before the gratitude. Wow, we're just on it. Forget even talking about what we're thankful for.
We're just that thankful. We're just overly thankful.
I have a Pac-Man mug. And am I correct in saying you're left-handed? One of you? No?
No.
Oh, because it's
sorry.
actually a left-handed mug.
We didn't even know this.
Because Pac-Man is facing out if it's in your left hand.
That's crazy.
Wow.
But I think it's supposed to be facing you. So
Oh, I'm going to make it face me. There we go.
There you go.
Yes. Anybody out there, Pac-Man era, you know?
Please. Mom. Mom.
You. Are you calling me as old as your mom?
I'm just saying my mom really likes Pac-Man.
Oh,
That's
sure.
what- yes.
Sure you are. Sure you are. All right, Chai Missions Media Monday. What are you grateful for? What's one thing from the last 24 hours? And it has to be something you've never said before. Type it in the comment section for us. Brittany, what are you grateful for? Never said before.
That's a really tough one.
I know. Every day.
But the one that comes to my mind at this moment, because we are doing so much laughing, would be I'm really grateful for laughter.
I love that. We have never had anybody say that before on this show.
I mean, it brings a lot of peace and joy, and it relaxes people naturally, you know?
And before we hit go live, we were talking about Levi pooping off of a log.
Yeah.
Full disclosure.
Full disclosure, there are kids around.
Should have given a warning.
It's going to get real. So laughter, absolutely. Levi, what are you grateful for today?
Does it have to be the last 24 hours? Can it be the next 24 hours?
Oh,
Like a futuristic.
you know, I really like you, so I guess we will make one exception one time.
Okay.
Only for you.
All right.
Not for them.
Yeah.
Only for you. Go ahead.
Okay. I am grateful for a father-in-law who's willing to come and help me with projects at my new house.
Oh, every woman out there, I see it. All the hearts, all the thumbs up.
Well said. Brownie points too.
Brownie
right?
points for Levi. Wow. Cheers to that. Yes.
Boom.
Yes. Love it.
I feel like all the guys need to take notes, you know?
Men,
Take notes.
take notes.
That's the thing to say.
Especially of the wardrobe. And then of your moments of gratitude.
Yes.
Do you have the Grinch as your...
I do. It's just look at that face, you know, guys. Come on, just a close-up look.
A close
face. How can you not love that face? It's just adorable. I love the Grinch though, guys. At Christmas time, I mean, he's my favorite, but...
Wait, the Grinch is your favorite?
Yeah.
You're gonna have
Favorite
to...
what?
He's my favorite
I thought I was your
character.
favorite.
Oh!
No, like when it comes to, Christmas time movies and books and things like that, I always want to
Good.
watch The Grinch or read The Grinch. that
What?
type of
He's
thing.
not. He's not a happy character.
Well, I kind of like
doesn't like
some
the
of
happy
his
characters.
humor. Like, he's just, I mean, yeah, he like hates everything, and that's
Right.
kind of comical.
Oh.
But then he also has a good spot to him where it's like there's always a moral to his story, where he's always overcoming his difficult times and he's bettering himself.
Oh, and we talk about that on the show all the time.
Yeah.
How to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Intentional, consistent steps.
Right.
Do you feel like the Grinch does that?
Yeah, he does.
No.
He's a good
No,
example
he does
of
one
that.
good thing and his heart grows like 3 sizes.
Right, but it's like it affects him long term, so he's
Oh.
going to continue to do good things.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, well, we could cheers to that. What do you have? Oh, you have Star Wars.
That's Star Wars.
I love the diversity
Yeah.
that we I don't
We
think
do.
we've
We have
ever
good
had
mix.
such diversity on this show. Such a first for everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right, getting ready to go back to the Amazon. What questions do you have for Levi and Brittany?
Oh yes.
Levi, who has been twice. Brittany, who has been once. Levi, who cannot wait to go back. And Brittany, who will go
kind of wants to go back.
maybe with a few adjustments.
Yeah, there we go. I like that. Whatever
You know-
your suggestions are.
Yeah, we might need to make a few alterations before Brittany goes back. But before Levi gets started on his stories, watch out. Levi, I have to tell the people because it is so fantastic. When I talked to Levi about going to the Amazon, it was actually recommended by a pastor that I take him because he wanted to do missions. And so this pastor said, Jen, would you be willing to take Levi with you so we could really see if he wants to do missions? Because if he survives the mission with you, then we'll know he actually wants to be a missionary.
What a test.
It was awesome.
What a test. I like
And Levi looked at me and he said, I want you to make me as uncomfortable as possible. Were those not your exact words?
I think so.
I want you to make me as uncomfortable as possible. And I thought, what? Most people are like, do whatever you can to make this as easy as possible for me. And I asked him why, and Levi said, because...
You need to practice being uncomfortable.
Now, why would anyone want to practice being uncomfortable, Levi?
Well, you get soft if not.
That's
You
true.
just get way too comfy and you end up being like a pillow on a couch. and then you're useless.
All you're good for is for somebody to lay their head on. That's it. I love that. And do you often look for ways to be uncomfortable?
Not as much as I used to,
Okay.
but I kind of took like a little break where I wasn't looking for uncomfortable things, but now I'm getting back into it where I'm looking for new things and learning things and making myself uncomfortable again.
Yeah.
So you actually look for ways to make yourself uncomfortable. For what purpose? So that you grow?
Yeah, so I grew up.
Okay.
Definitely. There was something he and I had talked about recently too, just stuff we were, going through or felt like some challenges that God was kind of bringing us through.
Yeah.
And when we were talking about it, he just hugged me and he's like, it's okay, you're uncomfortable. It's a good thing. He's like patting my back saying this. And I was like, I know, it's going to be okay. So it's a good thing. Yeah, definitely.
Discomfort is a good thing. Can we all agree to that? Well, are anybody out there brave enough to give a thumbs up or a heart to that? To just say, it is a good thing to be uncomfortable. Now, recently, we were talking about comfort zones on the show, and afterwards, God told me 2 miles every day for 30 days. Go run.
Oh.
Uncomfortable.
And you're like, ow.
And I was like, I don't run. Why would I do that? And he never told me, he still to this day has not told me why he had me do that, but it got me out of my comfort zone. and I grew through it. So cheers to discomfort.
Yeah.
I like that. Thank you for bringing that up. All right, let's go ahead and talk about it. What was an uncomfortable moment in the Amazon? We'll start with Brittany. Brittany's more like, which moment was not uncomfortable?
Oh man, let's see. Uncomfortable moment in the Amazon.
Okay, first let me set up the scene for you. We fly from North Carolina to Miami. Takes about 2 hours. Then Miami to Manaus takes about 5 hours. Then we go to a boat. We get on a hammock boat that's kind of like a barge. Would you describe it that way? Like,
Yes,
Sure.
yeah.
yeah, it's like a barge
It's like
that
a
has
big tugboat.
a big tugboat.
Yeah.
Yes, with a whole bunch of bars everywhere. Not like drinking bars, but like bars.
Yeah, yeah. Like
Okay,
a pole
good.
that goes across, yeah.
Poles. That's a better word. You hang your hammock, and that's where you stay for 3 days.
It's wonderful.
Side by side with lots of people.
I love it.
Like so many people.
Getting close.
They keep you warm.
Getting close.
It'd be more uncomfortable if
Yeah.
they weren't there.
Oh,
That's true. They do kind of help with the warmth. That's very true.
even though it
Yeah.
is hot in the Amazon at night on the water,
Yeah.
It gets
While
a
you're
little cool.
moving.
while you're swinging in your hammock with all the other people, it does get a little breezy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. And when you're used to like 95, 100 during the day, at night when it gets down to like 85, it actually, with the breeze,
It does.
It
makes a
feels
big
chilly.
difference.
it does. Just trust me. Okay, so uncomfortable moment, Brittany, of the Amazon.
Well, just talking about that boat, one of the things I thought about was you're probably gonna be surprised. You're like, oh, that was really one of the most uncomfortable things. Was we had the opportunity to shower, which I mean,
Yeah.
we bathed in the river and that sort of thing. And honestly, that wasn't a big deal to me. But it was the showers themselves on the boat that was disturbing at first, because the toilet is right there while you're showering. So you feel that you are showering and cleansing yourself while also like picking up whatever may be coming
for
off of this
multitasking.
toilet.
It's for multitasking.
Yeah.
And then you have like maybe 2 hooks to hang your stuff up. So you're also trying to not get your stuff wet. You want it to stay dry. So yeah, I know.
While going to the bathroom while showering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would take bathing in the river, yes.
If you get sick and you kind of mess yourself a little bit, there you go. You
Did that
just
happen?
that might have happened. You just kind of turn it on and wash your clothes and yourself.
And yourself
Yeah, there you
and
go.
the toilet all at the same time.
It's multitasking.
No,
That's
no.
the most efficient bathroom I've ever seen.
I wasn't trying to touch anything. Me going to the bathroom was hovering. I was hovering.
I love it. Levi,
There's the truth.
how about for you? Uncomfortable, which is a good thing. We know you love discomfort. So what was an uncomfortable moment in the Amazon that made you happy?
Wow.
Yes.
Well, the first time I went, I wasn't uncomfortable enough. The
Oh.
first time I went, it was smooth sailing. It wasn't hot. Everything was perfect.
Yes.
Like, I felt a little cheated when I got back. I was told the Amazon was going to be hard. I was told it was going to be
Oh,
uncomfortable.
gosh.
Time out. Was the first trip you went on with my parents?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to be honest. Mom, Dad, love you. Dad is like all in as far as making it as uncomfortable as possible. Let's go into the woods, but let's remember we had Mom with us. And we needed Mom to come back eventually, but I think she never will. But we had to make a few more accommodations for Mom than we normally would have.
Mm-hmm.
So you felt cheated.
So I felt
Okay.
cheated. So I come back and time goes on and Brittany and I get together and I spend some time in law enforcement and then it comes back around to the opportunity to go back to the Amazon. And I kind of have that other like very like smooth
Cush.
sailing. Yeah, it was very cushy, very Hollywood.
Wow.
It was
Wow.
It was a nice trip that time. And this time I was like, okay, like it'll be different. I'll go again. It'll be a little rougher. And it was definitely, we didn't fly back from Manaus. We did it, this was the real way. This was
real way.
what
The
I
non-mom
expected
Cush
the
way.
first time. The most uncomfortable, I have two uncomfortable parts.
Please.
Oh, yes, too.
Physically uncomfortable
Yes.
was the second boat ride that was supposed to be 8 hours.
Uh-huh.
See, I loved that boat
I
ride.
hated that boat ride.
Well, how many hours was it? I don't even remember.
It was
12.
long.
Oh.
It was long.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I don't even remember. I mean, so, guys, really, truly, if you haven't seen Amazon Arising, Join the Jungle, go watch it. It's for free right now, AmazonArising.com. Click on the movie little icon there, type in whatever it takes. You can watch it, but for free. But as you will notice from the movie, nothing goes as planned.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nothing ever. Ever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you have to go with a plan, right? Because you can't just show up. You have to have some kind of plan, but you just have to know it's always going to change. So why was it an 8-hour boat ride that turned into 12? I don't even remember.
I don't remember either.
Okay.
I remember the boat was really loud because the engine was like right behind us.
Oh, right. Yes.
And I was listening to an audiobook
4 times.
from my phone. And I remember like watching, I was like, okay, so there's this many hours left in my book. So when I get to this point, we should be there. And we get to that point and we go into a village and I'm like, okay, I think we're here. And they say, oh no, we're halfway. We're just stopping for gas. Okay, this is going to be longer than 8 hours. And there really wasn't anywhere to sit. There was like one chair on this boat. So we're all sitting on the floor. And
Yeah.
after 8 hours on a wooden floor, your butt gets a little sore.
I do remember this trip now.
Yes.
And did you grow from it, Levi?
I think I did.
Okay.
I learned that I need to have more cushions with me.
More padding somehow.
More padding, and things happen when things happen. You get there when you get there. Don't
that's
watch the
right.
clock.
Yes.
Oh, I like that.
Yes.
Don't watch the clock.
Don't do it.
Exactly. Good word for the Amazon. Don't watch the clock. All right, you had 2. You have
The
another
other one,
uncomfortable moment.
Was 9 months after the Amazon.
Okay. Oh.
I got sick.
Yes.
And this was at the beginning of COVID.
Right.
And the nice people at the hospital told me I had COVID.
Right.
And I'm sick in bed. And it's cyclical. It's like every 36 hours I'm throwing up and I feel terrible. And then I'm better. And then I'm sick and I feel terrible. And then I'm better. And I'm like, man, this feels a lot like malaria. So after 2 weeks of that, I go into the hospital again and I tell the doctor, hey, I think I'm going to die if you send me home. And he says, we're going to see what we can do about that. And they diagnosed me with malaria.
So it wasn't COVID at all.
It wasn't COVID.
It was malaria because malaria actually can lie dormant in your system and then for whatever reason come back up.
Yep.
That is uncomfortable. Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow. And scary.
Yes.
And scary because I'm not saying we can't treat it here, but definitely in Brazil, it's a much more common thing. So it's a lot easier to treat.
And to recognize.
And to recognize, to diagnose quickly.
Yeah.
And 9 months later, who would have thought, oh, I have malaria?
It's like a baby.
Yeah. You had the baby of malaria
in my liver.
in your liver.
Yeah.
Oh, my. All right. Do you want to tell your log story? Do you want to go there? Because he just really loves the log.
Go there.
Go there. Go ahead.
The first trip, I don't remember. We went to 4 villages on that trip.
We did. And that one was in maybe Ponta da Sova.
I think so.
Yeah.
There was this log.
Uh-huh.
Well, there wasn't a toilet.
No toilets.
So, to go to the bathroom, number 2, you had to hike up the hill.
Yep.
Climb over a log that's not like a normal log. It's like the size of this couch.
Right. It's true.
And then there was a little creek with another log. And that log's my favorite log.
That's your favorite.
Because you squat on that log, and you hold on to the tree in front of it, and lean back.
Brace yourself.
And you're in the perfect position to have a very nice movement.
And it's a different movement if you let go.
Yeah, don't let go.
Don't
Don't let go. Don't lean back too far. Yeah, I think that's where Mom drew the line. And she was like, no, not going to the log. But we could not convince Levi not to go to the log.
That was my favorite.
That was literally Levi's favorite. And do you think we could find the picture to post for the people?
Oh, yeah. I've got lots of pictures.
Yes. Not too detailed. Let's not have real detailed pictures, but you know, the log.
I think I have some non-detailed
Okay,
pictures.
good.
I didn't know I have some detailed
Just the
pictures.
idea.
Just
We might need to put like a blur bar.
All right, favorite moment from the Amazon or something that just really sticks out. What is just something that was impactful for you, Brittany?
Man, there was a lot of moments that stuck out like that. But the first one that comes to my mind would be some of the families that we met in the village. Just the fact that they were so hospitable.
Yes.
And they just loved having us. But there was this one family in particular where there was this young girl there. She was 16 and she kept trying to have conversations with me like as much as we could. And somehow we made it work with the little bit of language that we knew and then some other translators and pictures and things like that. So just being able to talk to her and play soccer with her. And there was even a time where she was trying to guess my age and she was like writing it in the sand. So just really awesome memories with her. I think that's the one that sticks out in my mind right now.
It's cool how even if you can't speak each other's language, Holy Spirit will still bond you to people that you go to minister to, and then you end up being ministered to by them. It's just such a neat thing that God does.
Definitely.
That's awesome. All right, what about you, Levi? A moment that stands out.
There's so many.
There's so many people.
That's the
so many
theme.
things.
There's a lot of really cool stuff that happened.
Go for it. Tell us about something.
We could spend 20 minutes talking about all the
trying
cool
to
stuff.
pick like one or two things. Giovanni was our boat driver.
Yes.
The second trip.
Yes.
And he was just awesome the whole time.
Yes.
And I have no idea how old he is. He probably doesn't know how old he is.
Probably not. Probably in his 50s.
Yeah, he's a tiny little 50-year-old man.
Yeah.
Who was the strongest person I have ever seen.
True.
He wouldn't let us
By
carry
far.
things that were definitely needed two people to carry.
Yeah.
He'd just stick them on his shoulder. He'd go and do whatever. On that terrible boat ride, we ended up getting stuck in those trees or in some kind of
like
greenery.
Greenery bush in the river. Yes. The boat got stuck.
And
Yes.
Giovanni jumped in the water and unstuck us.
Yeah. He dove under the boat.
And it was pitch black. So
Pitch
we're
black
all
outside.
thinking, what's in the water?
And if he
Yes.
gets eaten, then
We're
who's going
all
to drive
dead.
the boat?
Who's gonna drive the boat? And we're stuck anyway, so we're not going anywhere. Nobody's gonna find us ever. So true. Such a man of courage. And what's really cool about Giovanni also is that he was supposed to just take us to the village, drop us off, and leave. But he fell in love, particularly with you two. So much so on the journey there that he wanted to stay with us for the entirety of the trip.
Yeah.
And he did. And it was so great. It was so great. We got to minister to him. He ministered to us.
Most
He just
definitely.
became a part of our team. Such a good memory. It's a really good memory. You have another one? Did you say you had two?
I have a lot. I really liked the Cayman.
Yes. That's right. Okay, tell the Cayman story. Who's telling the Cayman story?
Okay.
I can't, by the way,
Jointly tell the Cayman
please
story.
jointly tell the Cayman story.
From our side.
All right, so we are in Aranatuba, which is one of the Amazonian communities. And a caiman, by the way, is a mix between an alligator and a crocodile. So it's that same kind of family. Okay,
Yes.
please continue.
So in this community, we're staying in one of the houses, and we're sleeping one night, and we're in our hammocks, and I wake up because I need to use the restroom, and I'm trying hard to just go to sleep, you know, not have to go. Like, I'm like,
Sweat it
yes,
out.
Brittany, just hold it. But, you know, alas, I still had to go.
Alas?
Yeah. I was like, here we go. And so I wake Levi up because it's pitch black out. I'm not going by
You
myself.
didn't wake me up yet.
Ah!
No, you were gonna go by yourself.
Oh, just kidding.
Oh.
See, this is why you need both sides.
Yeah,
'cause
both
I'm gonna
sides.
forget.
Okay, go ahead.
So
Go
I was
ahead.
going by myself at first. You're
That's
right.
right.
You're right.
You were.
I had the flashlight, okay? And so I walk out and there's these, I don't know, maybe like 5 little steps to go down. And I have the light flashing and I go down maybe 1 and I see this huge caiman. And I freeze. And I just back up really slow and quiet, just like I'm never here, you know, and I'm cutting off the light. And I wake Levi up, I'm like, would you like to tell what happened after that?
Okay. So I'm sleeping in my hammock.
Was sleeping.
Yeah, I was sleeping.
Uh-huh.
And you got the mosquito net around you and everything, so she couldn't
Yeah, so it's
like,
a lot to
wake
get
me
out.
up.
Right.
But she starts like hitting me through the mosquito net. She's like, Levi, 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 Levi. I'm like, what? She's like, there is a caiman outside. Like, we're in the Amazon. There's a lot of caiman outside. Like, it's outside. Like, who
It's
cares?
outside. It's
like-
the jungle.
It's
It's
like,
the
no.
river.
You don't understand. I have to be. And now I see the problem.
Right.
And so I get up and I look out the window, and I didn't have my glasses on, so I just see blurriness. I get my glasses, I'm looking, and now there's a caiman out there.
That's a caiman, and it's
Yeah.
big.
Oh,
It
it's
was big, like,
It was big.
yeah. And I was like, okay, so we gotta make a plan. We gotta figure out, like, shining the light at it, that's not scaring it off. Like, okay, so we're gonna throw something at it. So we're like, okay, what can we throw? Like, what could we
What
potentially
can we do
lose
without? Yeah.
forever?
Yeah.
In case it eats it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we find a sunscreen bottle.
Yep. The sunscreen.
And
The
we go out on the porch, and we throw it at the caiman. And it lands, like, right next to the caiman.
Yeah.
It
It like
doesn't
hit
move.
him and bounced off. Yeah.
Doesn't move. And I'm like, okay, I'm pretty sure this caiman is dead. But let's be real careful, just in case. It might be mostly dead. And we get up close to it, and it's got a hole in the middle of its head. They had gone hunting that night,
Yes.
and they thought it was a good idea to leave their kill.
They were actually leaving it as a gift for us,
What a gift.
thinking we would know that it was a gift. So you go to the restroom, you come back. Now, I get up very early in the morning. I'm a very early riser, and I am walking from where I was sleeping up to where we were having breakfast. And I walk by, I see the caiman, I realize they've gone caiman hunting and have left us a lovely caiman gift. And I think, that's mighty sweet. And then I think, why is there sunscreen laying next to this caiman?
Forgot about that.
Why did the caiman have sunscreen? And then I look closer and I'm like, that's even sunscreen from the United States. Did he where did he get this sunscreen from?
Oh my goodness.
Come to find out, it was what they were baiting him with in case he was alive. Fantastic story. We will post the caiman as well in the comments section below. Now, one more thing. Advice. If any of them want to go on a trip to the Amazon with Jungle Jen, what is one piece of advice that you would give them? By the way, I don't prep them ahead of time with the questions. I just kind of like to pop it on them.
Yeah.
What's one thing that if somebody was standing before you right now and they were like, all right, headed to the Amazon with Jen here in just a few days, what advice would you give me? What would you say? Other than don't go.
No, I wouldn't say that. Go. Yeah,
Go.
definitely go. The big thing that comes to my mind is just being open. You know, I mean, I hope that most people are open when they go on a mission trip and knowing where you're going to.
True.
But that would be the biggest thing I would encourage. Like, you need to remember to be open to all the things. I mean, even down to the food you're going to eat, where you're going to sleep.
Yes, the spider house.
The spider.
House.
Yeah. Yes, the Scooby-Doo house. That was funny. And then definitely just being open to the Spirit. I mean, there's just some awesome things that Holy Spirit does while you're there. I mean, that Holy Spirit does every day, but it's just amazing being able to see it there. So you really got to be open to that.
Yeah. Good. What about you, Levi? What is one piece of advice you would give to somebody if they're like, hey, a few days from now, I'm getting to go back with Jungle Jen. What's one word you would tell me? What's one piece of advice?
Exercise. Physically and spiritually.
Yes.
So be physically fit enough that you can do all the things that you need to do while you're there.
Yes.
And be spiritually fit enough that you're not playing catch up while you're there.
Right.
Oh, what a good piece of advice. Yes. Because it's not only physical labor to be there and that you are doing while you're there, but it's also hot. Like, so hot. So the heat alone will drain you if you're not physically. I mean, many people are like, wow, do you work out every day? And I'm like, yeah, I do. I work out every single day, physically as well as spiritually, but every single day because I know what I have to get ready to go do physically in the Amazon. And it's a lot.
Definitely.
It is.
And if you're not physically fit, maybe someone like Giovanni will be there to help you, but maybe not. So you gotta be prepared.
I want to know why Jen's got to run.
I know.
So
Yeah.
whatever reason you have to run, I want to hear about it.
What caveman are you running from?
I have no idea. I cannot wait to find it. And I don't know. I finished that about 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks ago. I did it. I did the 2 miles, and every day I ran the 2 miles. I didn't walk any of it. Like, it was from day one, run the 2 miles. Now, it took me like 23 minutes the first day. But I did it. I did it. My time got much better. Yeah, right? I think Gus could do it faster than me. By the way, these are my wonderful turtle sitters. When I'm in the Amazon, Levi and Brittany step it up. They care for Gus, my turtle, honestly as much as I do. I remember the first time I came to pick up Gus after a trip, Brittany cried. Levi was seriously like, honey, don't cry. It's okay. Jen will go back to the Amazon. Gus will come back.
He's just so part of our family, you know?
Well, cheers to you guys. Thank you for showing up today. If you're interested in going on an Amazon mission, I'll be there in just a few days. We'll do the lives there as well. But if you want to come in person, go to standoutministries.com. And there's a place online that you can apply to go on our trip in 2021. Should they go?
Yes.
Yes.
Do it.
See you guys there. Love you. Bye.
Bye.